Hello everybody, this is my second video of Path of Exile. As I stated in the description of my first video of this, I was going to go into more detail about the skill gems and orbs and everything else, pretty much. First of all, the basic of the basic is you get items. The items have a colored slot in it, as you can see. Depending on what skill gem you want to use depends on the coloured slot that you have to have in order to equip it in there. For instance, if I wanted to equip this is Cleave. The character swings their weapon or both weapons, if dual wielding, in an arc towards the target. Also does damage to other nearby monsters, only works with axes and swords. It's and place into an item socket of the right color to gain this skill. Right click to remove from a socket, and well, it's pretty plain and simple. Red gems go in red sockets, green gems go in green sockets, blue gems go in blue sockets. Apart from that, you have different types of gems, of skill gems as well. For instance, we have Cleave, and if you had, say, where's one that I can use? Well, there's not one that I can use as an there's not one I can use an example on there. But say, for instance, I was using this sword, and I have, as you can see, the sockets have this little thing in between them. That means the sockets are linked. That means you can put things like, oh jeez, I don't have any green support gems, do I? Okay, well, we'll take that away. For instance, let's say if we're using elemental hits, a standard attack with any weapon that adds damage of a random element. You put that in that middle green socket just at the top there. Then in the red one next to it, you can put melee physical damage, which is a support gem. This is a support gem. It does not grant a bonus to your character, but to skills in sockets connected to it. Place into an item socket connected to a socket containing the active skill gem you wish to augment. Right click to remove from socket. So that basically means we put the element hit there, we put the melee physical damage there. Basically means this skill does increased melee physical damage, but because that's elemental hit, it doesn't do any physical damage. Double strike. That would be probably the one you would want to use in there, because that does physical damage. I don't have any, apart from a fork, which is for projectiles. I don't have any other support gems that I can really show you for that scenario of explaining. Then you've got magic gems as well. I haven't really looked into the magic gems too much. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. I don't care about magic. I like getting an axe. I like hitting things with it. I like destroying people's heads, that kind of thing. I'm just going to take a bite of my scone here. That's a good scone. Orbs. The weakest of orbs is the Orb of Transmutation. You pretty much get them from selling any unidentified item. They're the basic of all orbs that you can get. Upgrades a normal item into a magic item. For instance, we have this large life flask. What you do is you right click on the life flask, bang, you now have a magical life flask. It's a pretty boss life flask, actually. Actually, no, it's not. I don't like it. Oh. Yeah, but then you can sell that, use it, whatever tickles your fancy. Orb of Augmentation. Enchants a magic item with a new random property. Now, I haven't actually tried this too much, but I'm going to try and see if I can't use it on my potion here. Good. Okay. See, this is the one thing that I have not figured about. Oh, so that's the Orb of Chance. Why did I pick that up? I'm a bloody idiot, aren't I? Orb of Augmentation, enchants a magical item with a new random property. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's good. In a little bit, restores 3 charges when you take a critical hit. It's added another magical effect to a magical item. I just lost mine. Oh dear. Then you got Orb of Alteration. Reforges a magic item with new random properties. Now this is something you could use on this life flask here. And as you can see, it completely changes the properties that it has. Nothing interesting from that. I don't want to waste my orbs either. You have a Dual Absorb, reforges the number of sockets on an item. Now I'm not going to use one of these because they're not so easy to get. But basically, for instance, this helmet here with 1 socket on it. If I were to use a Dual Absorb on it, it may end up with a helmet with 2 sockets on it. The next thing is a Chromatic Orb. Reforges the color of sockets on an item. Basically, that's a blue socket on that helmet. If I use that orb, it may become a green or a red socket. If by unlucky chance, though, it may stay a blue socket. Orb of Fusing reforges the links between sockets in an item. This can be good and bad for you depending on what you want to do. For instance, this item here has 2 sockets that are linked and 1 socket that isn't linked. Now, if you were wanting to use a green skill gem with a green support gem, you could use the Orb of Fusing and it would fuse those 2 sockets together instead. But you would possibly on this particular item, so you would lose the socket linking between those 2. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The next one is Orb of Chance. You don't get too many of these either. Upgrades a normal item to a random rarity, so you can get pretty lucky with it. I don't know if it upgrades them into unique items like this pair of gloves I have here, but I'd like to see if anybody out there knows. I'd like to find out. Bugger it, I'm going to have to log on to a different character quickly.
Hello.
Sorry about this, just taking a minute. I can probably show you with more detail on some of the things on this character anyway.
Need something?
The one after the Orb of Chance is, I'm pretty sure, the Orb of Scouring, which removes all properties from an item. I've never used one. Don't know exactly what it does, so I can't exactly tell you. Next one up from that is an Orb of Regret. Grants a passive skill refund point. To those who might be thinking, oh, I get more skill points. No. Refund point. It basically means, I can take one of these points, take it away, and put it elsewhere instead of it being there. That's what it means.
Hello.
And the final and most annoying and most powerful orb you can get, apart from the Chaos Orb, which you can't actually buy anywhere that I know of at the moment, which is pretty good. I mean, Reforge is a rare item with new random properties. I mean, who doesn't want that when they get a shitty rare item? Is the Orb of Alchemy, which straight up is probably one of the best in the game. Upgrades a normal item to a rare item. Basically means you can pick up any normal item and bang, use one of those and you've got that beautiful thing right there. The next thing is Armorous Scrap. Improves the quality of an armor. Now what that does is, as you can see there, that has quality plus 20%. You can only get quality up to plus 20% as far as I know, and what that will do is increase a small amount of your armor or evasion rating or energy shield or the latter or whatever you've got on there, depending, whatever. It basically increases the overall amount of it. And the Blacksmith's Whetstone, same thing with weapons, it just increases the amount of damage it does, basically. quite useful. These two potions here I've put aside because you don't find many potions like this. You do get a couple throughout the game with quests and stuff. That's mainly only Quicksilver potions though, which increase your movement speed for like 2 seconds, which I find pretty useless unless I'm going to go pure PvP. But because I had all of these characters before during the beta and now it's come to Steam, yeah, you can understand. But Sapphire Flask, 10% to master and cold resistance, plus 50 to cold resistance for 3.5 seconds. That's quite useful, I like it. This one I'll probably end up using later on in the game once if you watch my other video and you understand the way that I'm building my character. That is definitely probably one that I'm going to be using later on in the game. In fact, I don't even understand why I just don't have it equipped there right now. It should be. I don't want to keep here. In fact, hybrid flasks. I don't find hybrid flasks any use whatsoever. They look cool. Technically a rejuvenation potion in a way, but I don't use them. I don't use it. So I've covered the skill gems in a way. I've covered the orbs. I've covered the stones and the scrap that you can get. I've covered the potions in a way. What else have I got left to cover of basicness? Yes. Skill gems get their own levels as well. Sorry. As you can see, Spectral Throw, level 9, mana cost 9, requires level 32, 33 strength, 47 dexterity. If that levels up, it'll probably require more. When I first got that, all it said was deals 60% of base damage. Now it says 24% increased projectile damage and deals 60% of base damage. That's what the levels for the gems do. Different gems will do different leveling up properties and so forth, depending. I'm not sure. Yeah, some of them I'm not sure what gets leveled up on them because I haven't actually been paying attention to some of them. I forgot I even still had that. Wow. I don't actually use it though because it became pretty ineffective at one point, so I stopped using it for a while. Ah, jeez, what else can I talk about? What else can I talk about? Jeez, sorry. I don't have much else to talk about. Alright, well basically I'll go through a bit more about using skill gems to support my heavy strike here. Increased physical damage, 150 base damage, knocks enemies back, reduced enemy stun threshold. I've got melee splash, which is a support gem, which basically means my heavy strike hits other creatures. That's nice stats on it now. And life gain on hit, which basically means as soon as I hit something with my heavy strike, I gain life back and everything gets damaged. Now, I'm pretty damn sure that life gain on hit works with the melee splash as well. So I hit, depending on how much I hit, I can hit 5 things at once and I'll get, life back from all of them because of it. And I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. If it's not the way it works, then I don't know. Which other one? Spectral Throw, lesser multiple projectiles. Vitality. Determination, no. Aha. Frenzy. As you can see, it deals 100% of physical damage. Gives me a frenzy charge every time I use it, which increases my overall attack speed of every attack and everything, depending on how many frenzy charges I have, and they last 10 seconds or until I hit. Well, it lasts indefinitely as long as I keep hitting things, but it lasts 10 seconds initially. And I have equipped to that faster attacks, so basically I can hit my frenzy and just kind of go whoosh, and get the frenzy charges up just like that pretty much. So I don't have to worry about using it and additional accuracy, so I pretty much don't miss with it, so I don't have to worry about having to sit there clicking my frenzy button, 10 times and be sitting there going and missing half of them. I pretty much hit 3 times, I got 3 frenzy charges in a very short amount of time, and I can start using my other attacks. Spectral throw, lesser multiple projectiles. The reason I've put that in is because of the way that I'm going to be building my character as well. I'm going to be getting a bucket load of extra projectile damage from, where is it? From Iron Grip. The increase to physical damage from strength applies to projectiles as well as melee attacks. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's all I've got to really talk about today. As I said, I was just going to do more details about the gems and stuff. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll catch you all in the next one. I'll probably do another one later on today. I did say that in my last video, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't end up doing it. This time I will end up doing one later on today. I'm bored, no one's visiting, I got no one to hang out with today. I'm just sitting around bored by myself doing nothing. So I'm just playing games and doing recordings. So I'll catch everybody in the next one. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope I gave you a bit more detail about this game if you don't know much about it already. And enjoy yourselves until the next time you watch one of my videos.